Alright, here we have our beloved AI and part of the 7 great mysteries of the Academy, I.R.I.S. Doused in recent virality due to her personality and her expert singing, she's climbing the top of the most 4 stars I want playable list quite quickly. She isn't as detailed as the playables, obviously, but still is quite interesting. So without further ado, let's start from the front. From here, you can see she's quite, box-shaped. Despite wearing a skirt, a dress, and a jacket, she isn't as puffed out or flowy clothed as others would be, but I think it fits the stuck in a screen vibe quite well. From the side, it's much of the same, aside from her sleeves in this A pose. Though obviously, in the normal game, they are flowy. Her hair is turned up at the ends, and she seems to wear normal loafers. The back is quite cute, with more fabric layered over the jacket, along with what looks like shoulder pads due to the cut shoulders, but otherwise it isn't much different. The sides are completely mirrored, so let's look at her more closely. From the top, I.R.I.S is very, very cute. Not only does she have asymmetrical bangs and generally has elements such as this cursor pin in reference to her being an AI. Her face is kind of special, with her eyelashes being accentuated by blue under the black lash, as well as being drawn quite far out, so far that the texture here is glitching. Her iris... Get it? No? Okay, well...
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Her iris is semi-rainbow, save for green and orange, as well as featuring an on or off button. And she wears slight lipstick. She has no earrings, and oddly enough, her eyebrows are grey instead of blue. Also, they seemingly fecked up the coloring here. I don't know how the blue got there. Aside from her bangs, she has framing front pieces and upturned hair ends as mentioned, with slight acid blue inside to make it appear as if glowing perhaps. Moving further down, I.R.I.S has many layers. Though most of them are obviously drawn on, I.R.I.S wears a button-up without buttons, but rather some chip-looking thing, kind of like a tie maybe, a big green bow with a golden pin with writing on it, a multi-layer dress, which we'll look at later, and her coat. The coat itself is nothing special, being a simple blue with lots of pockets. However, notably, she wears pins on them resembling emails, a chat box, and a heart. She also has slits on the shoulders as mentioned, with discs on each one. Honestly, this kind of reminds me of the disc inside of an HDD, but to each their own. On the back, she also has a disc with more technical pattern fabric flowing down. Inside the coat is her dress, which oddly enough has quite a lot of fabric left, even if we remove the coat. So much for saving tries, but... The dress has another collar, raising the amount of collars we have to 3. Has to be quite thick, honestly. I feel like that'd be uncomfortable, but the dress pattern is similar to the back of the coat, with more technical patterns, buttons, and little golden details. Inside the dress is an orange layer for contrast, I believe, and another skirt, which isn't all too stable for her behind. Yes, her, kindly yacht literally clips through her skirt. This is probably intentional, since why would you put a whole skirt there if it cuts off anyways? However, her, cake is bigger than most of the playable characters, if not all. Holy shit. Why? I don't know. It might be for effect when she falls down, but I'm not complaining. Looking at her arms, as mentioned before, she has half of her sleeve covered up by her flowy jacket, which has slits up here to give the illusion of broad shoulders. Further down, all she has is her undermost button-up with puffy sleeves. And a cuff button, maybe? And the back of her jacket sleeve is just a triangle and tuck holes. Her nails are very pretty with a dark to light blue or turquoise gradient and little blue lines. Going back to her legs, she only has her white pantyhose, which does have some skin shading similar to Phoebe. As mentioned prior, her shoes are little loafers, with a rather blurry pattern underneath, resembling more technical symbols, but more like the light rings in I.R.I.S rather than just some random lines. Also yes, no feet. Very sad. I.R.I.S is also a character I'd love to have as a 4-star, with a perhaps helping her to become more human, kind of like Shorekeeper, to add another database to the Black Shores, or just to help her pursue the stuff she wants to do. But for now, her design is really cute for her role. Mornier is our next dissection subject, so please look forward to that. I hope you enjoyed and have a nice day. Bye bye.